All right, hello painters. Saturday Paint Night Live is on. So excited about it. Let me click real quick to make sure that it went live where I want it to be. And I know I haven't been very good at posting and announcing my paint nights last couple of weeks. I am still mentally recovering from the storm we had the other day. Well, the other week. Has it been a week now? I don't know. Anyway, I'm painting whimsical flowers tonight, and I'm on. Perfect. I can see you guys. I see you're on. That is fantastic. Say hello. Where's my favorite banner? My favorite banner that says say hi. Say hello. Okay, so for this whimsical flowers, you can use any colors you like. Whatever you like, you can choose. You can use. But here is, I'm gonna put it in my comments real quick. This is a link to my Pinterest board that I have for color palettes. I always do that. Anyway, so if you want to go ahead and take a look at those, and maybe they will give you some inspiration on colors. I'm just going to share screen real quick of what I'm doing here. Hold on, I don't like this screen. Oopsie daisy. Huh. Okay, well, good enough, right? So there's lots and lots and lots of different colors that we can choose from. And what I'm doing right now, I'm choosing the colors for my flowers. What am I going to paint my flowers? I do not want to do any pastels or something like that because I just want something vibrant and super bright and colorful. And the way to go with that is to choose your color palette, and then for your background, you want to choose a contrast color, and that will do the trick. So if you just want to go and click on that link and go choose what you want, go ahead. So I keep scrolling here, thinking that I am very, very drawn to this one. I really, really, really super duper like it. Really, really super duper. Okay, so I've been painting a lot with yellows recently. I don't know what's going on. So I have a warm yellow, I have the orange, I have something that looks like Vermilion? Red? No, not vermilion. That's not right. What's the word? Scarlet red. It's a little bit on the orange side, and it's already on my table because that's the colors that I've been playing with today. And then it's something like a berry red. I'm gonna have to find it, and I have a purple here. I think that's what I'm gonna use for my flowers. Any shade of green would work for the stems and the leaves because we're working with yellow and orange. So any green would work. I would probably go for green that is a little bit more on the yellow side. Maybe something like that. Yellow green. Maybe something like this. Hi Alice, good to see you. I'm glad you're gonna join me. And what else? What else? Oh, yes, the background. So when we look at the background for these colors, what did I do with my color wheel? It's right here. So check out the color wheel. And if we look, whoa, I keep messing things up. Bear with me. I have a new setup in the studio. So for the color wheel, as we look at yellow and orange, right? Oh, wrong side. right side. Yellow, orange right across is like a blues and the violets. So that I think I'm gonna use for my background to make it all pop and look nice. Okay, as for my brushes, hold on, let me take that banner off. You guys know what we're doing now, so we'll just get on to it right away. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. It's kind of wonky today. I moved my studio around a little bit, well, a lot, and now I am like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do for my life? I'm not ready. So if I am too slow responding to your comments, it's because my back is to the computer right now. My computer is right behind me, so that's kind of the thing. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my paints, and I'm also going to make my light a little bit brighter for y'all. Let's see. That should do it. Yep. Very nice. Nice bright light, clean water, a few paint brushes. Most likely I'll end up using a flat number 12 and probably a round something like a number 6 or number 4. I will definitely, most definitely use a small angle brush. Well, it's not so small, but small-ish angle brush. It says it's a 1/4 inch. For my leaves, that's kind of, I'm pretty certain that I'm gonna use those. I do have my paper towel here. Okay, let me pull out my colors. So we're gonna go with, I'm gonna use mid yellow, scarlet red. I'm gonna use this deep yellow. It's more like an orangish color. So I'm gonna go with deep yellow. And I'm gonna save my yellow green here. And you know what? I'm gonna also use Prussian green. I'm gonna keep it just in case. I'm not sure. Black and white are kind of a given. Okay, so let's find some rose red and some maybe like a purple. I think that's kind of what I need. So I keep I have a whole lot of these paints like in the small tubes, so I keep them all in one big container. And I have 3 containers. I have one for blues and greens, one for reds and yellows, and one goes for browns, blacks, and whites. It's been working well. I'm not sure if there's much left in this rose red. Let me dig a little bit. Okay. Rose red. There, rose. Perfect. Look at that. Perfect color. So we'll do rose. And now I'm gonna go and look for, the color is called Mauve. I'm sure you've heard of it before. This one. Okay, it's not lavender. It's kind of on a different side. Okay, so what's next? Next is to know our next step, right? What are we gonna do with all of this? So if you have a paint marker, not a Sharpie. Sharpies sometimes bleed on acrylics and we do not want that. I use, oops, stepped on a tripod again. So I use Posca pens a lot. So that's my black paint marker that I'm gonna use. And this is a picture I've had in my archives forever. It's by Susie Plant. And I'm just using it for an inspiration. I'm not gonna copy it. And I've had this in my archives like forever also. Also just for inspiration, just to give us ideas what we're gonna do. And I think ready to start. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. Okay, let me grab my chair and let's begin. Okay, so composition. We're gonna paint a whimsical flower bouquet, which means that it will have lots of flowers and other greenery in it. And for that, we're kind of gonna need to come up with some sort of a composition. So like over here, I have my flowers on the side. I'm sure you can see them, right? And you can see that like some flowers are smaller, some are bigger, some take space, some are kind of wispy. So here's the plan for me. Here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna divide kind of my this is sketchbook, this is mixed media, this is where I play, and I'm playing today, so this is all for play, for fun. Anyway, I divided this into thirds, and then I'm gonna divide this roughly into like 5 or 6 parts or something. It will help me see. Okay, so for interest, you never want your focal point to be directly in the middle. Okay, so you want to grab spots like here, here, and maybe here, maybe over to the side, right? For your biggest focal points. So I'm gonna put like a small oval, well, small-ish, on here, on this corner. Then I do not want the centers to be on the same horizontal line. That's not fun. So I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. So here's gonna be the other one. Here's 2. And now I'm thinking, this makes sense. It's kind of a line. That's a way to go, right? It's not in your face. If I put something right here, it kind of makes you stop here. But if I make it go down, then there is something interesting to look at. And so I'm just gonna add one here. Yeah, and everything else, I'm just gonna add them as I go. So I'm gonna start with painting my centers and petals and everything with just paints, and then we will kind of sort of trace them with the black paint marker, or you can use a liner brush, of course, and you can trace them with that. So I'm looking at like some combinations, color combinations that would be interesting in a flower. And I really want to start with this mauve. I'm just gonna put all of this. I'm just gonna put one of each on my paper here, on my palette. Not too much. I have mauve, I have deep yellow, scarlet red. Ooh, pretty color, I love it. And then I have rose, also super pretty color. Ooh, it came out more purple, like more magenta rather than rose, but this will work. And I'm gonna have my mid yellow here. So I'm just gonna start painting my flowers, and I think I'm just gonna go with this 1/4 inch angle brush. Just gonna dampen it a little bit, and I'm gonna create a purple center for this flower here, just for fun. Painting it on white background. I'm not gonna mess with backgrounds and like all of that stuff today. It's more for recreation and rest rather than trying to create a a masterpiece today. Yeah, as if I was creating masterpieces every day. Oh well. Okay, moving on. Here I'm gonna do this one also purple. Mauve, actually, not quite purple, but very pretty color. Okay. Clean up my brush. And then this one is gonna be red in the middle. Does it matter if you're gonna match all the lines and whatnots? No, they're just guidelines. And chances are they're gonna get covered in paint anyway. So don't worry about them too much. Okay. So I still have this red and I'm gonna take it over here and I'm just gonna add rounded petals the best way I can. See, this is a whimsical painting. It doesn't need to be botanically right. You just do it the way you want to do it. Okay? Something like that. And just paint it in so there's no whites. Oh, got some purple. Don't need purple here. Let's take that off. Another way to do this, if you're not comfortable painting freehand flowers like this, of course, you can use a pencil and you can just sketch them out first. Or you can use, if you have access to oil pastels, if you use black, you can do that. Or maybe even not black, whatever color you want. Maybe a liner marker if you need it, if you need something like that. But yeah, there's lots of options here. You don't have to do it my way. You can do it your way. Of course you can. And yeah, okay, so now I'm going for warm yellow, which is what? A deep yellow. I'm going for deep yellow. Do deep yellow. And I'm gonna add petals here. So this is the angle brush, and if you put it with the angle part facing down, you can just drag it down and create your petals. And then you can come back and clean them up to the point where you like them. So something like that. That's good. Just bring that back a little. Yeah. Now I'm gonna rinse this off. And I'm gonna grab that rose one. Okay. And what are we gonna do with this baby here? Oh, how about one nice size petals. Just go all the way up to your outline and back. So you're kind of gonna So I'm kind of keeping my the shape of the flower still there. Didn't go anywhere. Right? Right. That. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna use the same messy brush with rose on it, and I'm gonna dip it into some of this yellow that I have here. So I will now have two colors on it. Hi, Tammy. Tammy, are you painting or just watching? What's going on? I'm just curious. Okay, more of that rose because I want to add different petals to this. Just like that, just in between. Just push them in between. It's all good. Okay, and go back and kind of add them in. Yeah, okay, doke. Rinsing the brush. Tam is watching while doing a puzzle. Oh, that's nice. I am not a puzzle person. I can't do them. Drive me crazy. My husband is very good at them. But I am absolutely not a puzzle person. Okay. Okay, let's grab some of this deep yellow. And so now I'm just gonna start adding stuff. I will add some more around here, but around this red flower. I add some things to it. But not yet. I want that red to dry, and I want to see what happens next. Okay, doke. So I'm just gonna create a center. And gonna grab some of that purple. And right out of the center, I'm gonna paint big fat, a big fat petal. Here goes another. Just paint it in. And here is another. Add a little bit more purple. Just working around that orange flower. I'm gonna work this in just like that, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Gonna grab some red. And maybe, what can we do here? Yeah, let's, no, there's red here and red here, so maybe somewhere over here. Okay. So for some reason, my hand decided that it was going to paint a tulip or something similar to a tulip. Okay. We'll do a tulip then. It's going to be a whimsical tulip. Okay. Just wipe it down on my paper towel, and I'm going to grab some yellow and just add some yellow to this. Can't see it very well. This yellow is very transparent. So I'll have to come back to this tulip later. Once it's dry, maybe I'll add something else to it. Okay. Okay, what should I add? What should I add to this red flower on the top? It definitely needs something. What should we give it? Let's give it some magenta, not magenta. What is this? Rose. Maybe rose. Let's see where it takes us. Just filling this in. Okay, and this flower that I'm painting right now, it's kind of hiding behind this big purple flower that I have. So I'm just gonna work around those petals here. So I'm trying to create this kind of curvy line on my petals, and we'll see where it takes us. Right? Nothing like this, really, like just freehand, no, nothing premeditated too much, nothing prepared too much. I think there is value in this because it kind of makes you let go in a way, because you do not know where this is going. And, if it's freaking you out, then maybe we should do it more. So I think that if something like this freaks me out, like if something freaks me out, I might stop, but I will come back to it later and try again. It's just, that's my nature. I think that's why I'm painting, because everything looks pretty bad when I just start. And then some things look better, some things don't. But some things really do look better. So it kind of makes sense to me. I feel like it's important. Okay. I really want to add some more around this. Doesn't look like a sunflower, but I think I'd like to add some more to it. Maybe they do not want it to be yellow. So here's the thing also about limited palette. If you limit yourself to certain colors, You're gonna have to stick to it. And yeah, you can mix and, you know, do other things with them, but you still kind of have to stick with them. So, okay, so with this one, I'm just gonna go like that. Do a wavy, and hopefully rounded. That's not the best brush to do this though. I should have used the round brush to do this. Okay, well, I tend to stick to the brush I pick up at the beginning. So like if that's something I picked up to start with, chances are I'm gonna try and work through the whole thing with this brush. I kind of like a challenge of, okay, how do I turn it and what do I do to make this happen? But you know. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I'm standing up because I'm at the angle that's very not comfortable. So I'm gonna be working on it while I'm standing up. This is not also, oh well. I just thought that I wanted to do this on the easel for a change, because sometimes I forget that I can use that. And I have this habit of a beginner to just paint on my desk instead of painting on the easel, which I don't think there is anything wrong with that. It just kind of, I think I see them different, like my paintings, I see them differently when they're on the easel. It's like this different angle that they look at, and also the light hits it better. But yeah, and it's easier on my back. But not right now because, you know. Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay, moving on. Let's do. Let me see. What can we do now? I do not want to go in the greenery just yet. I just want to add flowers. You know what we're gonna do? There is the red, and the purple, so there's plenty of space for my deep yellow here, which I already used up most of. So I'm gonna use the deep yellow and I'm gonna stick with this brush for now. Or not. No, I'm not. Change my mind. Okay, round brush number 6. Really doesn't matter, but I think it's gonna help me make the little petals that I want. So I have one side filled with red, and the other side is gonna be filled with yellow. Okay. And whoa. I'm just gonna try and yeah, that works. Look, cute. And I'm just adding a little bit more yellow to this. Okay, a little bit more yellow to the brush. It has plenty of red on it. And again, just 6. And again, is this dry? Yep, is this dry? Not quite. Okay. Okay. A little bit more red, a little bit more of the deep yellow. That's really more like orange. And we're gonna go into here. Some more. Okay. And now I'm gonna make a few that are just a few petals, not the full way. Just like they're sideways. Like that. And now I'm gonna do a few of these up on the top. Not all the way. Like that. Ta-da. 6 petals I'm doing. Just 6 petals. Nothing crazy. And I think I'm gonna send one more here, a big one. It's good. And one more down here. I think that would be there. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, I really like this one, but it's very dark right in the middle. So I'm gonna try and make another one, paint another one down here so that it's, and maybe put a little bit here so it's not as into your face. And then grab some yellow. Now this one is gonna have petals going down. So there is a center for one, and there is a center for another one. Like that. Okay. Now let's grab that mauve and paint those petals. See, the round brush is so much better. I have no idea why I was holding on to that angle brush for so long. I'm weird sometimes. So if you're watching me for the first time, I need to tell you that I am a self-taught artist. I started to paint a couple of years ago. And before that, I had no interest in painting or art whatsoever. My art journey started with henna art. So I started as a henna artist. I really, really wanted to do that. And I am doing that. And then kind of moved on to something else and something else. And so if you're looking for like correct techniques and whatever, I'm probably not the right person. I picked up a couple of tricks here and there, but yeah, I mostly paint for fun, and I kinda share this and teach some of my paintings online because I believe that everybody has this creative spark in them, and creativity heals. Whatever you do, whatever it is, being allowing yourself to be creative is healing. So I'm kind of sharing that. Yeah. Okay, doke. I'll go around that one, huh? Good luck with that. Need some water. Need some water. There we go. Now we're talking. There we are. I never know what I'm gonna come up with. I'm just adding a little bit more of mauve on this flower because for some reason I grabbed mauve with my brush that still had orange on it, and it kind of got a little bit more muddy than I wanted it to. Okay, now we're gonna paint this flower on the bottom. Oh, okay, here we go. Dun dun dun. There's one. There is two. And so as you see, I'm just painting them in. I'm not worried about um, having an outline for them or anything, or like a sketch. I'm just playing with the colors that I picked. And if you just joined in the comments, probably in the very top, I don't know if you will see them though, so you can find my Pinterest board with color palettes, and that's also like you can always look on Pinterest for whatever you like. But those really resonate with me. I really like them, and so I use them for my inspiration on color sometimes. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. Well, let's see what resonates, what makes me feel good, and then I just go from there. Just swishing the brush on paper or canvas. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Okay, look at that. We have like a um uh, double composition center almost, right? Because we have the purple flowers bit here, and we have these red oranges over here, and I have this lonely tulip that showed up out of nowhere because my hand decided that it wanted to paint a tulip, which happens sometimes, you know? So I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of this deep yellow, more like, yeah, deep yellow and some of red onto this round brush. So it's becoming more and more orange, what I have here. See that? Yeah. And I'm gonna put another tulip. I'm gonna move around though because I'm not in a good spot. So I'm gonna put one more tulip somewhere here, like here. So this would be the center. Let me see. This would be the can't reach too far. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. And let's just kind of grab those petals. Just fill this in. Oh, I really like how this tulip came out though, the first one. Oh, pretty. So pretty. Okay, and I just want to clean up the bottom of it so that it's there. Something like this. There's never end with me. I always want to do better clean up. And then you're gonna have to stop at some point. There. Okay. Got the tulips, got the flowers. Looking good, I think. Let me bring the camera a little bit lower. It's gonna jump up a little. So this is where we are. Come on. Okay. So this is where we are. I think we're ready for some greens. But before I go for greens, I think I want to add a little bit more rose. Because it's very transparent. And I knew that going in. So this is how you can find that out on your paint. Okay, just making sure you can see. There's like a little square over here. And this one is like partially half black, half white. That means that it's semi-transparent, so it's not opaque. Okay, so that means that it will take more coats to cover. Now this mauve, which is why I grabbed it. See, full white square. So that means that this color is not transparent, and so you will need less of this color to cover the area. And sometimes it's nice to have transparent, and sometimes they're not helpful. So just kind of, I think it helps to know that and be aware of that, especially if, let's say, you created an outline with a pencil and then you're trying to paint over it. Well, using transparent colors or translucent, whatever, won't work. You're going to need to add white to your paint and do a first coat of white with that, and then you will need to add more coats as you're moving forward to cover up the pencil, which is why I never ever recommend for people to make their tracers with like Sharpies, because yeah, that's going to be a black line that you will have a hard time getting rid of. Like, I don't have much of a pencil here, but I still have a hard time covering it up with this rose color. But it'll all work out. I'm not concerned. Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. Now I'm going to use some more of this rose, and I'm going to try and shade my petals on this gorgeous tulip. Just hoping that if I just do this with rose, I won't have to go into white. I don't like that sometimes. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's just... I think my light is so bright that it's messing up the colors that you guys see. Hold on. I'm gonna turn this a little bit lower, and maybe this will let you see. It makes these paints are shiny. Maybe better? I don't know, you guys tell me. Does the red look like red on your screen, or does it look more like a pink? So while I'm messing with my camera today, I'll put some yellow on my rose brush to just add a little bit dimension to these petals. So yeah, I got a new digital camera to add to my laptop because I thought that would make it better, like easier for you guys to see what I'm doing so that I can move my camera more. But I can't quite figure out the thing with colors. It's like ridiculous. It makes me pinkish orange. Yeah, that's what I see on my screen. Well, it's bright red on my painting. Let me see. What if I turn this off? I don't know if it did any better, because there is still glare. Yeah. Okay. Well, lights back on, because at least with the lights you can see. But at least it's not as much glare, right? I'll play with it more. I'll figure it out. Just probably not today. Okie doke. Gonna rinse my brush. So with the greenery, the options are we can kind of sort of pull the stems down, right? Kind of make all the stems go down, add some leaves to it, or we can make it so that it's like you look at it from the top, right? And there's like leaves all the way around it and in it, but you can't see the stems. So either way, right? Either way works. Yeah, Timmy, better but not much. I agree. I need to play with it some more. I thought I liked it. I kind of had it on last time and it worked. But now that I'm doing reds, it's not happy with me and it's not showing me the right colors. Okay, I'll play it on my own time sometime later. I'm not going to waste your time on this. So, what am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to do the stems. I'm going to do the stems. And then kind of broken stems. And then I'm going to put leaves in betweens and everything. Right? I mean, this is going to be fun. Okay, doke. So that's definitely going to be the number 6 or the number 4 even, the round ones. And I'm going into I'm going to use yellow green. And I have Prussian green here, which I fell in love with recently. Such pretty color. Makes me happy for some reason. It's kind of on the darker side, on the darker green with like an emerald blue, tones in it. It seems warm to me, when yellow green seems a cool color, the Prussian green seems warm. So, okie doke. See a little bit of water, get some Prussian green. So I'm gonna do, okay, I'm sorry. I do not want to use the number 6 on stems because I want them rather thin. So I'm gonna go and find my number 3/0, whatever that means. It's pretty thin. This should work. Okay. So this one, here we go, goes down here. And kind of pretend that I know where it's going. Here, here. It's the same stem, and then it goes all the way down here. And you can't even see what I'm doing because my camera jumped again. Let's try to see, maybe I can bud this. It should be better. Okay. Choo-choo-choon, choo-choon, choo-choon. So what I'm using right now is called Prussian Green. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Such a beautiful color. So I'm gonna use Prussian Green and the lemon green, yellow green, and in between the two, the greenery should work out pretty well. Okay, let's see, the tulip starts here. And goes down through here. Hello. And up. Tulips have pretty thick stems, so I think I'm okay. And after all, it is still a whimsical. We're not done yet, even when we put the greenery in, that's not done. And here you are, thought that you were almost done, right? Okay. So we're just gonna, I am not gonna obsess about how well it covers it. It's all good. Some more of this green. Just kind of follow this. This is why I like to paint in a sketchpad because, well, most people call them art journal, and I probably should too. But it's like no pressure, you know? There's no canvas pressure. Painting on canvas, even if it's a, you know, not like artist grade, just something not too expensive, even then it puts some pressure on you, doesn't it? But for real, guys, tell me, does it put pressure? Do you feel pressurized when you paint them? Like when you try, when you want to paint something, right? And you're putting it on canvas. Even if you like, even if you just follow a step-by-step tutorial from somebody, does it put pressure? Like, are you nervous? Are you afraid to mess up? I am. Every single time. So I found these, well, yes, because I'm a self-taught, again, guys, I'm a self-taught. So everything for me, everything new for me, I call them the things that I find because, somebody would share somewhere. And that's how I learn about some of the things. I don't remember what it was, the last one that I picked up from. Oh, I know. My friend Tara shared this mixed media artist magazine that I had no idea it existed, right? And I had to subscribe right away because it looked fantastic. Tammy, sometimes, but you can always paint over it. Yeah. And I think the realization that you can paint over it, that you can always paint over it, comes from experience. Like you have to try and do it and see that, hey, no big deal. You know, acrylics will cover it. Don't fret. It's okay. Just have fun. Right? Okay. So I'm not very happy with this flower because it's very opaque. So I'm gonna do something about it, but not right now. Right now, okay, I have another tulip. By the way, I have another tulip that I need to bring home. So let's just bring it home. Okay. All right. So what's thinking? This one needs a stem. I thought I was done with stems, but I'm really not done with stems. I have more. Okay, where are we at? Oh, this baby here needs a stem. This baby here needs a stem. There are going to be different colors though, these two. Okay, and then these little orange reddish flowers, they're going to need to hold on to something. They just can't hang in there, right? So those guys are going to get some of this, what's it called again? Keep messing it up. Yellow green. And yellow green is half transparent. Prussian green is also half transparent, so they're not very much into your face, not at all. But since they're going on top of white, they're gonna work just fine. Okay, doke. Let's make, yeah, so this is gonna be the main stem. The main stem. Connect. Something like that. And then here it's gonna go all the way to this one. And that one. And even this one over here and far away. Okay. Okie doke. Now this baby needs a stem. There it is. Doesn't really matter. It's a stem. Okay. Super duper. Okay, I'm gonna use this same green that I'm working with, the yellow green. And I'm gonna add a greenery. So I'm just gonna start here, go down. Doesn't have to be, and down like this. So that starts a leaf. Okay, I'm gonna grab my 6 size 6 round brush, grab some of this yellow green on it, and kind of work one side of the leaf, work around that, definitely work around that tulip, definitely work around this purple one. I don't even know what it is, doesn't have a name. It's definitely not the violet. Violets are so tiny. Okay, now the same brush goes into Prussian Green and goes on top, just like that. It just adds. There, we have our first leaf. Okay. Again, going for the tiny brush, it just helps me make the line better. And it's gonna go through here. Like that. Oh dear, should have washed. Hold on. Gotta wash it. Wash the round brush. Grab some more of this yellow green. Bring it all the way up here. 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 You know what? I'm gonna grab another round brush so that I don't mix colors in my brushes. And I'm gonna grab this Prussian Green. And I'm just gonna add some Prussian Green to this leaf. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just like that. Clean that up. Okay. All right. Prussian Green. Going for, yeah, I'm gonna start here on the bottom, go up, and behind the pink flower. And now I'm gonna use my, I think it's a number 4. Yes, a number 4. And I'm just gonna add leaves to it. Don't want it on the red, so I'm just gonna wipe it off. And I'm gonna add some leaves on here. And add some leaves here. Don't know if we're gonna need them, but they are there. Okay. Have quite a bit of this lemon yellow. Oh la la la. Yellow green. I've been using lemon yellow a lot recently, so that's why I'm. Let me see. Maybe or maybe not. You know. You know what? I want to add it to these little stems with these little flowers here. They could use it, right? They look like they could use it here, and maybe a few here, and some here. Well, maybe one more over here. Yeah. Thoughts? Ideas? I think we're good. Okay. All right. I need to fix this flower though. I don't like it. Washing it off. I'm afraid we'll have to put some white on it because Dark background, transparent flower. Not gonna work. So, not sure if you've heard it, but if you're working with transparent colors, as I am here, you might need to mix them up with your white, maybe just even a little bit. And the white will cover your what needs to be covered, and then you can use your other color on top of it. So I'm just gonna do that. Take advantage of white. Just like that. And this one needs it too over here. This puppy needs it. And this one needs it too. Okay, I think everything else is pretty good. Okay, gonna grab some white, same as the brush, doesn't really matter, some yellow, mix together for some kind of sort of deeper whatever color. And I'm gonna fill in the centers of these flowers here. Kind of yellow. Oh, I should have done that. Oh well. Well, a little bit of yellow on these babies, babies, babies. Okay, rinse out the brush. Okay, I need these guys dry, and while they're dry, I'm gonna pop in a couple of interesting things for you. I don't have my links over here. Oh, not good, I'm not good, I'm not good. I am so not good. Okay, links. Useful links, okay? They're at no cost for you. Okay. So this one is my newsletter. If you would like to join my newsletter, I should have probably added the words my newsletter or something to it, huh? And this one is my YouTube channel. So if you're watching me on Facebook, let's say, you might wanna find me on YouTube. There's a full library of stuff because everything gets broadcasted on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And what else? This is a good one. Has free down. Oh, whoopsie, hold on. Got it. So it has free downloads for you. If there's coloring pages, there's paint parties that already took place. You can find them everywhere. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Facebook. Okay. Okay. Free printables, YouTube, and the newsletter. I wanted to share with you guys, ladies and gents, whoever's watching. If you don't mind, please help me grow. That would be nice too. Growing, I mean. So I'm gonna, okay. Let's see how we're doing. Is this dry? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more of this red that I don't have much left anymore. Nope, not much left of my scarlet red. So I'm gonna grab some red and some yellow, and I'm gonna put those petals back on. Mostly red, a little bit of yellow. See? Okay, here we go. Just the same area. Look, they look completely different now. They look much better, right? Okay, a little bit more red. Add a little bit more color to the other ones. Okie dokie. Okay. So now I'm gonna use my black paint marker. And you can use as much or as little of it, or you can just leave this alone. I just feel like the flowers need more details on them. So I'm gonna put my brushes up. I do try to remind everybody to rinse their brushes, put them up, let them dry. Don't leave them in the water, which I know I'm guilty of. I forget about my brushes way too often. Okay, now I'm gonna jump back to my comments. Oh, I was gonna take that off. Thank you. You took action on that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. Look, you gotta see my messy, my messy stuff. Yeah, wash your brushes every time. They will serve you much longer if you do that. All right, here comes paint marker. Okay, look. Shake, shake, shake. The secret to paint marker, you gotta shake it a lot. Okay? So you shake it, it comes alive. Then I would dab it on my paper towel to see that the paint's coming out. And then check for like any hanging pieces that I don't want, like in this instance. Okay, think doodles. So here we go, just outline for now. And the thing with this style is that your black outline does not need to match your color. So you can go to town with this really and do whatever you like. So like here, the center is oval, right, in this direction. I can just do this one, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna see where it takes me. Something like that. It already looks different, doesn't it? Okay. I usually do this on the desk. This is very unusual for me. So this is that is the tulip. Okay, I can't go without the cinnamon roll. I have to put it into something. It's kind of it's my thing. I love the cinnamon roll. Here. And bring it here. And here. Some more to that. Don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I will figure something out. What I like about this style also is that you do not have to figure it out right away. You can think about it. You can, you can let it sit. It sakes. Oh gosh, I love this tulip. I love this one. Just makes me happy. Okay. And okay. The small ones. I am just following the paintbrush marks. Whatever worked. Yeah. This is still wet a little bit. I'm gonna let this dry. So everything that's touching this purple one, I'm gonna let it dry. This one is still wet a little bit too. Okay, this can come. Just like that. Nothing has to be too complicated here. Okay. Let's see. Come on, buddy, dry. Doesn't want to dry. There's like 7 coats of paint on it probably. So yeah, it doesn't want to dry. Okay, so at this point, again, we can leave it as is, or we can add something to it. So I think I'm just gonna do straight lines with this one. You see, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can do whatever you like. Everybody can put straight lines on things, right? So there we go. And I'm thinking, since they are kind of the same kind of flower, I'm gonna do them the same, because repetition is composition. Probably not quite the right expression here, but repetition really helps with composition. And this observation comes from my henna experience. Like, you can't, I mean, you can, of course, but if you just keep adding new elements to your design constantly, like it's a new and new and new and new, there is nowhere for your eye to stop and catch up. So your eye gets overwhelmed and it just looks like a mess. If you look at nature, everything's in repetition, right? Like, oh, sorry. Same flowers grow together, same trees grow together. And if you look at it closer, right, we will see that, oh yeah, repetition. Okay, let's put some dots in here for the centers. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can wing this. Here's another benefit to doing this in your sketchbook. So like, you know, we did all of this. And then I look at it and I'm thinking, well, I'm not quite liking this one, but I do like this one, right? I don't like this flower, but I kind of sort of really like this one and this one. And so when I try to decide to paint something like this again, I just need to go back to this page and it will remind me that, hey, you didn't like that one, but with this one you were pretty happy. So I believe that too much detail might overwhelm your whimsy. So I'm just gonna add a bit more here and there. But I am not going to add anything to the tulips. The tulips are gonna stay. And these guys in the middle, the fillers, they're gonna stay. I think I'm gonna do something with this purple. Okay, let's do it this way. This is gonna be fun. Just kind of adding lines to the same petal. Adds, yeah, very nice. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna add a center to it, like that. And then this part I'm just gonna like that. I don't know why. It just works for me. And I think I'm gonna do the same thing with this one for the same sake of repetition. Because it's makes your eyes happy if something repeats itself. The eyes and the brain, and then you're like, oh, what's that? Right? Okay, so here I shouldn't have left that open. That needs to be closed. This needs to be closed. All right. I think, yeah, over here, the red ones. Let's add some circles to them because we already have circles as the element. I think this looks good. What do you guys think? Ladies and gents, what do you think? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn off my big light here. And I'm gonna try and move the camera a little bit. Something like that. I think this shows the colors the best. I have my kid here, Bogdan, what do you think? Does it show nice colors now?
Looks the same.
Looks the same. Well, that's the point.
This one looks a little lighter.
Mine looks lighter, or the one on the screen looks lighter?
The one on the screen.
Yeah, you think?
A little bit lighter.
Okay.
Here's an example. Look at that rose over there. This one. This one looks lighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Well, so this is the deal, you guys. You can use any colors. You can use any paints. You can use any brushes and you can always paint whimsical flowers. They are a lot of fun, aren't they? Oh, Cheryl, hey! I'm glad you could join me. Okay, well, this is it for tonight. I will see you. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't leave, don't leave. Hold on, hold on. Ay, 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 ay. Hold on. I'm gonna jump onto my events page real quick, if it allows me. Come on, it's not so hard. Here. Okay, here, we're painting. So I just wanted to show you that here. So next Saturday, we're painting the cactus. Can't touch this cactus. I just love it. I think it's called Golden Barrel. I need to check, but I think it's called Golden Barrel, Texas. There, Golden Barrel Cactus. And we're gonna need like a plastic card or something to make texture on the background and um, for the pot. But this is gonna be fun. So make sure to join me, and I will see you next time on live. Have a great evening. Bye bye.